is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 17th, 1980. We are at Arlington Stadium for an important game between the Oakland Athletics and the Texas Rangers. The Athletics come into this game a record of 78-68. The Rangers a record of 78-66. They are right now one game ahead of the Athletics for second place in that division. Give me 1 second here. I actually forgot to write in the information I needed, but we should be set and ready to go here. Newman, 35820. Let's take a look at the standings for September 17th. In the American League East, the New York Yankees, their magic number to clinch the division is 12. And they have clinched a playoff spot. The Baltimore Orioles, their magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 3. The Tigers, their magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 12. And right now, even though the Milwaukee Brewers, they are 4 games under 500, but I put them there to state how far out really the rest of those 3 teams are in the American League East. In the American League West, the Kansas City Royals, they are the division champions. The Texas Rangers, or actually their magic number is 3 to actually clinch the division. The Rangers, I thought they were. The Rangers have a 1-game lead on Oakland. And that is huge because if you're the 4 seed, all right, you only have to play 1 wild card game. If you're the 5 or 6, you got to play 2. The Minnesota Twins are barely in it, but they're 5.5 back of the Oakland Athletics for 3rd, and they're still a game under 500. So the American League West, the at least 2nd and 3rd place is still pretty much up for grabs. In the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies, They have clinched the division. They are the National League East champs. The Expos, their magic number is 3 to clinch a playoff spot. The New York Mets, they are way under 500. 1 more loss, and it will effectively eliminate them. And nobody else in the National League East will be figuring out. The Mets, they lose 1 more game, and they're eliminated. Everybody else is out. In the National League West, the Houston Astros, they have clinched the division. And they right now have a nice 6-game cushion on Kansas City for home field throughout. The Braves, they need 1 more game to qualify to be playoff eligible. Their magic number is 7 to clinch a playoff berth. The Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers are not done yet. The Dodgers are only a game and a half behind the Reds, but these 2 teams are under 500. They got to get wins. And we're going to see these 2 teams again very shortly. So we got a big game tonight here at Arlington Stadium. Brian B., Philip Reynolds, Cutter Historical, and David Vega are first to join us here at Arlington Stadium. The Athletics historically won this game 6-4. They had 12 hits and no errors. The Rangers had 11 hits and no errors. But we'll see what happens tonight as we get into a big game here at Arlington Stadium. So, huge game here. The Rangers are only 1 game ahead of the A's. A lot can still happen here in the pennant race. We still have half a month left to play, including the final week. What will happen tonight? Let's find out. Starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers is John Butcher. I don't know who he is. 3 wins, 3 losses, a 4.08 ERA. He made only 6 starts for the Rangers in 80. We are at Arlington Stadium. This is definitely a pitcher's park. -1 to strikeouts, -1 to walks. There is a chance to rob a home run. So, a good matchup tonight between the A's and the Rangers. A lot at stake here. Also tiebreakers. Oakland is 3-1 on the board. Texas is 1-3 on the board. So the Rangers really need to get a win here. If Oakland wins and gets a tiebreaker, that means that the Rangers have to have the overall record. But what will happen tonight? We're about to find out. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Athletics, left fielder, Ricky Henderson. He says he wants to be the greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history. I wouldn't give that a kid a chance, although he had a pretty good year in 1980. 303 average, 9 homers, 53 RBIs. 21-year-old Ricky Henderson. We're going to use red, white, and blue dice. Rangers are the home team, as Doug Hutt joins us here at Arlington Stadium. A good matchup here tonight between the A's and the Rangers. How will the night's game go? Playoffs are on the line. Let's see what happens tonight as Ben Witz finally joins us back here on the network. Where have you been? Butcher, 3-5, pickoff. Nope, so we go to the park. Arlington Stadium, 8-4. That's a base hit to center field. Henderson will lead off. A leadoff hit for Henderson. And that will bring up the center fielder, Dwayne Murphy. Solid player. 274 average, 13 homers, 68 RBIs. Infield double play. And, of course, is a thief. And he does not get the jump. Butcher, 6-1, strikeout 11. And that's going to miss. Murphy, 6-7. And that's a fly to right. And that will be Johnny Rub-a-Dub-Dub. Thanks for the grub. Will make the catch. That's out number 1. Next batter is the designated hitter, Mitchell Page. 244 average, 17 homers, 51 RBIs that year. Henderson, this time he gets the jump. He's going 16 plus 0. And Sundberg is a 0. 1-16. Henderson will steal second base. And he will. Henderson will steal another base. Stolen base for Ricky. And he will hold at second base. That takes away a double play. And this time he'll stay put. Butcher will go ahead and pitch. Butcher, 7-2, walk 7. That's ball 4. He walks Page. So Page draws a walk. That's the first walk given up by Butcher. We only had 13 of them in 80. And that will bring up the right fielder, Tony Armas. I put him in the Hall of Very Good. 279 average, 35 homers, 109 RBIs. And let's see. Yep, had to take a timeout to work on yourself. Okay. You've been gone a while, though, Ben. Everyone here in the chat will say I have been missing you. As XSG2 joins us here at Arlington Stadium. So runners at first and second, infield back to double play. Strategy roll, that's a 20. Armas is not bunting. Butcher, 3-2, strikeout, got him. And that will be the first strikeout for Butcher. He had 27 of them in 80, 2 down. And that will bring up the third baseman, Wayne Gross. Solid player. 281 average, 14 homers, 61 RBIs that year. Strategy roll, and gets the jump to go to third, but he'll stay put. Butcher, 4-6, walk 12, and that will be too high. Gross, 8-1, and that'll be a fly to left field. And Al Oliver will come under it. He'll make the catch, retire the side. No runs, a hit, a walk, and a steal. But the Athletics will strand the base runners as we will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics tonight is Rick Langford. We've seen him before. 19 wins, 12 losses, a 3.26 ERA, and he can pretty much pitch until his arm falls off. Leading off for the Rangers, center fielder Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers. 333 average, 7 homers, 60 RBIs. I put Mickey Rivers in the Hall of Very Good. So Langford will go ahead and pitch. Langford, 6-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Rivers, 3-2, and that's going to be an automatic out. It'll be a grounder to short. There are no runners in scoring position, so that'll be handled by Mario Guerrero, and he will toss it over and get the out. Did I replace the felt in the dice tower? I replaced that felt a long time ago, but yes, it's a regular felt. And And trust me, I've got plenty more where that comes from. So if this felt wears out, I can always go ahead and replace. Actually, it's really not felt. It's kind of like a material. It's really not felt. Felt is still in the dice tower. This is more like a simulated felt. And so far, it's holding up nicely. But yeah, no, I got plenty of, I still have plenty of extra stuff in case this starts to wear out. Trust me. Next bat will be the right fielder, Johnny Grubb. 277 average, 9 homers, 32 RBIs. Good player. Langford, 1-8, strikeout. That'll be too high. Grubb, 2-4, and that's a base hit to right field. Grubb will get a single. He'll head to first. And that will bring up the left fielder, Al Oliver. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can make an argument. 319 average, 19 homers, 117 RBIs. Oliver played in every game for the Rangers last year, including a tiebreaker game. Or actually played 163 games. Nothing on the strat. Langford, 7-1, strikeout, and cold strike 3 on Oliver. Oliver doesn't strike out much, but he will there. First strikeout for Langford, he had 102 of them in 80, and that's the second out. Here's the designated hitter, Richie Zisk, 290 average, 19 homers, 77 RBIs that year. Grubb is on at first, and he will stay there. Langford, 1-3, strikeout 10, swing and a miss, struck them out. That will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Rangers. No score after 1. Very important game between these two. The A's are 1 game back of Texas for second place. We go to the top of the second, and coming up for the Athletics is first baseman Orlando Gonzalez. Pretty much a September call-up. 243 average, and only had 1 RBI in 80. Only played in 25 games for the A's that year. Butcher, 2-8, error on a throw. Gonzalez, 8-6. Nope, that's popped up to short. Easy play for Bud Harrelson, and he'll make the play for the out. Here's the second baseman, Dave McKay. 244 average, a homer, 29 RBIs that year. Butcher, 6-1, strikeout, no. McKay, 6-7, and that will be a ground ball to third base. That'll be picked up by Dave Roberts, and he'll throw to first for out number 2. Here's the catcher, Jeff Newman. 233 average, 15 homers, 56 RBIs in 80. Butcher, 2-5, walk, 16 is high. Newman, 6-7, and that will be an easy fly out to center field. And Mick the Quick will settle under it and grab it and put it away. 1, 2, 3, go the A's. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Rangers, first baseman Pat Putnam. 263 average, 13 homers, 55 RBIs in 80. Langford, 8-7. That's a pitcher result, and that 4 against the lefty is going to be an automatic out. It'll be a ground out to short, handled by Mario Guerrero, and he'll throw to first for the out, 1 down. Here's the third baseman, Dave Roberts. 238 average, 10 homers, 30 RBIs. This is the same Dave Roberts that manages the Dodgers right now. Am I right about this? Langford will pitch. Langford, 7-6. That's a blank. Roberts, 8-4. And against the righty, it's a base hit past third. Roberts will get a single. He'll head to first. And no, it is not. That Dave Roberts played in 2004. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I was not sure. Although that Dave Roberts for the Dodgers is going, I'm pretty sure we can all say that the Dave Roberts manager of the Dodgers is going to be a Hall of Fame manager. Although he has a lot of help. That'll bring up the second baseman, Bump Wills. 263 average, 5 homers, 58 RBIs in 80. Infield a double play, and that's a 17. Wills gets the hit and run. He doesn't have much home run power. Roberts does have hit and run on his ability. But if Will strikes out, though, Roberts is a dead duck with a stolen base rating of 0. No. Langford, 4-4, hit by pitch, 19, that's going to miss. Wills, 8-8, that's a ground ball to short, that's a 4, +1 is a 5, Langford +1 is a 6, and that's going to be a fielder's choice, 2 outs. As Roberts did not ground out into much double plays, and Wills doesn't ground into many double plays due to his speed, and that is a fielder's choice, 2 down. That'll bring up the catcher, Jim Sundberg, 273 average, 10 homers, 63 RBIs. Always felt he was a very good catcher. Will's on it first, and he does not get the jump. Langford, 7-7 against a righty, strikeout, that will miss. Sundberg, 3-3, fly ball to center, easy play for Murphy, and Murphy will grab it and put it away. No runs in a hit for the Rangers. No score after 2. Hope everyone did not forget to move your clocks forward. I think a friend of mine actually forgot about that tonight. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Athletics is the shortstop, Mario Guerrero, 239 average, 2 homers, 23 RBIs in 80. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 2-4, strikeout, that will miss. Guerrero, 4-7, and that's powered into right field. That's a 10 against the righty. That's going to be a double. Guerrero will hit one into right. He'll step into second base with a stand-up double for Guerrero. Butcher, by the way, can pitch to 26, and Langford can pitch, well, the third. He can pitch until his arm falls off. Here's Ricky. Ricky got a single his first time up. Guerrero won at first, or at second. That's a 1. He'll stay put. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 1-6, error on a booted ball. Henderson, 8-2. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to center. Nick the Quick will grab it. And that will be out number 1. Does Langford take third? An 8-6. And 8-6, no, he will hold. So 1 out. The batter now is Murphy. Murphy's 0 for 1. That's why I wasn't sure if that was the Dave Roberts. You know, I don't know the history of every one of these ball players. That's why I got you guys in there to tell me the truth. Nothing on the 14. Butcher will deal. 7-8. No, it's a blank. Murphy, 5-5. And against the righty, it's a ground ball to first base. And that'll be taken care of there by Putnam. They'll take the bag into themselves. And Guerrero goes to third, 2 away. Grounder to first. And now here's Page. Page walked his first time up. Strategy roll for Guerrero. He'll stay where he is. Butcher, 8-4, strikeout, swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that will retire the side. That is the first strikeout. The second strikeout for Butcher. No runs and a hit for the A's. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Early pitchers duel so far. In tonight's game of Inside Pitch Advanced. Leading off for the Rangers, the shortstop, Bud Harrelson. May he rest in peace. 272 average, a homer, 9 RBIs in 80. Langford will go ahead and deal. 1-5, it's a blank. Harrelson, 7-2, fly to center field, easy play from Murphy. Murphy will take a step backward for the out. 1 down. Next batter is Rivers. Rivers is 0 for 1. Langford will pitch. Langford, 7-2. That's an automatic out. It's flied to left. And getting to that will be Henderson. And Henderson will make it look easily. 2 down. And now here's thanks for the grub. He got a single his first time up. Langford, a 5-4 range play at the park. Arlington, 3-5. And that is a fly ball to center field. That's a range play for Dwayne Murphy. His range is a 7. He's got it. Barely, but he's got it. He makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. Nice play by Dwayne Murphy. Just got it on the run. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Rangers. No score after 3. The next time you want to take time out, Ben Witz, you better let me know. Because a lot of people here were a little concerned about you. We go to the top of the 4th. Tony Master at Armis will go ahead and bat. He is 0 for 1. John the Butcher will pitch. 5-2. Range play 12. That's a 9. Yes. Armis. 5-2. It's a grounder to short. That's a range play for Harrelson. His range is a 5. That's a 3. Harrelson will take care of it, and he will toss it over for the out. Here's Ooh, that is gross. He is 0 for 1. You was concerned about yourself. I'm pretty sure you were. Butcher. 2-1. Range play 12. Not this time. Gross. 8-8. That's a grounder to first base. That'll be handled by Putnam. And Putnam will take it to the bag himself. That's the second out. And now Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 1. Butcher. A 1-3 strikeout. That is high. Gonzalez, 1-5. That's fly to left. And Oliver will come under it. He'll wait for it. Still waiting. And he grabs it. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the A's. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Pitcher's duel here. Historically, there were 10 runs and 23 hits in this game. Bottom of the 4th inning. And Al Oliver leads off for Texas, and he's 0 for 1. Langford, a 6-5 against the lefty. That's going to be an out. It'll be a fly to left. Easy play there for Ricky, and the great one will make the catch. Here is Zisk fully clean. He's 0 for 1. Langford will pitch, and that's a 4-8. That's a blank. Zisk, 8-4, and against the righty, he'll slap one past short. That'll be a base hit. Zisk gets a single, he'll hold there, and it will bring up Putnam. Putnam 0 for 1, infield set for double play. Strategy roll for Zisk, really not a threat to do anything, and he will not do anything. Okay, that's not even trying. Zisk fully clean. Well, you ever hear of Zest fully clean for the soap Zest? That's where I got that. So you have Zest fully clean, so I have Zisk fully clean. Should I get the block dragon for that one? Strategy roll is off. Langford. 7-2. That's an auto out. That's going to be a ground ball to short. And that's a 19. That's going to be a double play, and the inning will end there. 6-4-3 double play. No runs and a hit for the Rangers. Still no score after 4. Yeah, I get the block dragon, I guess, for that. I've been watching baseball demos too much. We go to the top of the 5th. Dave McKay leads off for Oakland. He's 0 for 1. No score, top of the 5th. Fast-moving game here between the swinging A's and the Rangers. Butcher, 7-5, walk, and that will just miss. McKay is a 3, but -1 makes him a 2. McKay, 4-1, he'll ground it to short. That'll be played by Harrelson. Harrelson over to first, 1 down. Here's Newman. Newman is 0 for 1. Butcher will deal. 2-2. That's a pitcher result. That's a 5 against a righty. That's going to be a base hit, and that'll be a hit past short. Newman will get a single past short, and that's his first hit. And it will bring up Guerrero. Guerrero got a double his first time up. Infield set for double play. Newman really not a threat to steal. And that's a 19. Guerrero gets the bunt sign, but he'll swing. He gets the bunt, but he'll swing away here. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 2-6, strikeout, 15 is high. Guerrero, 5-3. That's a grounder to second base. That's a 10. And Guerrero has a 5+. So that's a 10. Hit the second, +1 is 11. -4 is a 7. Butcher does not allow many double plays. But that's still going to be higher than the 5. And that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the A's. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The one thing about the double play system that is in this game that was in this game. The one thing I like about this is that what is it? You can pretty much, if you look at the D20, you can pretty much just look at the batter card and pretty much there's going to be a double play without really having to go through the modifications unless it's close. Bottom of the 5th, Dave Roberts leads off for the Rangers. He is got a single his first time up. No score, fast-moving game. Langford, 7-4 against a righty, strikeout, swing and a miss. Struck them out. That'll be the 3rd K for Langford. And that is the first out. Next up is Bump Triumph of the Wills. And he's 0 for 1. Langford deals. Langford, 1-4. Range play 14. That's a 3. Yes. Wills, 3-6. And that's a base hit to left field, but it's a range play for Ricky Henderson. His range is a 7. That's an 8. He won't make it. It'll be a base hit. Wills will get a single as Henderson just a little bit out of his reach. And now here's Sundberg. Sundberg is 0 for 1. 1 out. Infield double play. Strategy roll for Wills. That's a 17. Nothing happening. Langford, 7-3. That's a pitcher result. That 15. Wow, that 15 is just going to miss a home run possibility. That's a blank. Sundberg, 2-1. And that'll be an auto out. And that will be a ground ball to short. That's a grounder to short. 12 + 1 is 13 + 1 is 14. That's going to be a double play. And the inning is over. 6-4-3. No runs and a hit for the Rangers. No score after 5. On to the 6th. The Rangers have hit into 2 double plays. The Athletics have hit into 1. Top of the order for the Athletics, here is the greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history. Henderson is 1 for 2 with a single. Butcher will pitch. Butcher, 4-5. It's a blank. Henderson, 3-6. It's a fly to right field. And Johnny Grubb will make that catch out number 1. They're still working on getting the Athletics name. It is a possibility they may not be called the Athletics when they move to Vegas. It's the possibility they may not be called that anymore. But they're working on that. Next batter is Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 2, but yes, I did read that article. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 3-5, pickoff. Nope, so we go to the park. Arlington, 7-2. It's a grounder to second base, handled there by Wills. And Wills will toss it over for out number 2. Here's Mitchell turn the page, and he is 0 for 1 with a walk. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 8-4, strikeout, 17, cold strike 3 on Page. And that'll retire the side. That is the 3rd strikeout for Butcher, and that is another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The problem is that there is a group over there called the Las Vegas Athletics. It's some sort of a group or a team. It's really not, I don't know if it's a team. And unfortunately, they can't use Las Vegas Aces, which would be a great name for a baseball team, but there's the WNBA team is known as the Las Vegas Aces. So it may not be, I don't think you can have two Las Vegas Aces in a row. Maybe they'll call them the Gamblers or something like that. The Las Vegas Gamblers, or, the Las Vegas Blackjacks. Something had to do with it over there. Blackjacks, the Las Vegas Jacks, or something. I don't know. They got time to figure it out. That stadium won't be ready for another couple more years. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Bud Harrelson leads off for the Rangers. He's 0 for 1. The Las Vegas Busts. No, they won't call him that. Moneyballers. No, I don't think they'll call him that either, although that's not a bad name. Langford. 2-2. That's a blank. Harrelson. 1-2. And against the righty, it's a base hit. Harrelson will get a single past third. So Harrelson gets his first hit. Here's Mick the Quick. He's 0 for 2. Infield set for double play. Harrelson had 4 steals, and he's not getting one here. Langford, 3-5. Wild pitch, 9. Yes. That'll go over the catcher head, and Harrelson will go to second. That's a wild pitch, and I'll redo the strat, even though I know I'm supposed to go straight to the batter card, but I don't like that rule personally. I think it's possible that a pitcher can throw 2 wild pitches in a row. Remember Rick Ankiel? Harrelson will pitch, but now the infield is back. Langford will pitch. Langford, 8-2 against the lefty. It's a blank. Rivers, 4-2. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by McKay. And McKay will throw to first for the out. Harrelson moves to third. So grounder to second. Both these pitchers pitching a gem. But now the infield will come in. And it will be Grubb. Grubb is 1 for 2 with a single. I don't know. I mean, if you don't want to use any gamble, what else is Texas known for? The cactus, desert, heat, sun, something like that? I don't know. You can think there are many things out there for Vegas. Vegas is also known for other things too, but we won't use those names. Strategy roll. Harrelson will stay put. Langford, 8-1, strikeout. Cold strike 3 on Grubb. That's a big K. Grubb should have swung at that one. Against the righties, a 7. -1 is a 6. That is a 6. And Grubb did not like the call, but he'll go back to the dugout. And now with 2 outs, here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 2. Both Butcher and Langford pitching an absolute gem here. Strategy roll for Harrelson. He'll stay put. Langford, 7-1, strikeout 7. That will miss. Oliver, 5-5. That's a grounder to second base. McKay is up with it. He'll throw to first. And right now, nobody can score. No runs and a hit. No score after 6. I do get games like this. Occasionally. Firebirds. That's not a bad name for a team. Firebirds, Thunderbirds. I don't know. There's so many. They can, of course they'll probably choose a name that nobody will like. We go to the top of the 7th, and leading off for the Athletics will be Tony Armas. Armas is 0 for 2. I mean, I'll be honest, there were a couple of names. I didn't think I thought about the hockey names. You had the Seattle Kraken. I wasn't really too fond of that. I thought they would name them the Seattle Seawolves. That's a good name for a hockey team, the Seattle Seawolves. Because you have the Seattle Seahawks, why not have the Seattle Seawolves? But they settled on Kraken and said, okay. And then you have the Utah Mammoth. I thought the Utah, well, you could use Grizzlies, but the thing about it is the Grizzlies, you already have a basketball team named that. I thought there were other names you could have used for that. Las Vegas Blackjacks. That's a good game. That's not a bad name. Blackjacks. But like I said, you don't want to use gambling terms or something. The loss. How about the loss? But if you still, how about the Las Vegas boxcars or something like that for the dice? The Las Vegas Snake Eyes, something like that. As Villain 7077 joins us here at Arlington Stadium. Las Vegas Cacti, nah. Butcher will pitch. 4-1 strikeout, got him. He gets Armis, and that is the 4th strikeout for Butcher. Butcher having a good game. Here's Gross. Gross is 0 for 3. Butcher will deal. Butcher, 4-3, walk 10. That's ball 4. He walked him. So Butcher will walk Gross, and that's the 2nd walk given up by Butcher. It'll bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2. He's at first base. We are in the 7th inning. Question is, do I want him to continue to bat, or do I want to bring in a pinch hitter? I'm going to let him bat. Gonzalez will stay out there. Gross on at first. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. Gross will stay put. Butcher. 4-8. Range play at the park. Arlington. 3-5. And that's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Mick the Quick. His range is a 2. That's a 6. And that's going to be a base hit. Gross will hold at second base. It will not be a double off a Butcher's card. So runners at first and second. Now the Rangers got something going on. The only problem, though, with the name Snake Eyes, you already have a team with the snake. You already have a team related by snakes, and that's the Diamondbacks. Here's McKay. McKay is 0 for 2. Runners at first and second for the Athletics. Butcher in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. Gross will stay put. Butcher. 2-8. Error on a throw. McKay. 1-6. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Wills. His error rating is a 5. That's a 6. Now he will not make an error. Now we got to see if it would be a possible double play. That is a 20. It would be a double play. So that would be a 4-6-3 double play. The shortstop is Harrelson. Now does his error rating is a 12. Does he make an error throwing back to first? Yes, he does. So Gross is going to make it to third. Gonzalez is out. And McKay makes it to first. 2 outs, but that will be a bad throw to first base. And do I have to roll to see if he prevents it from getting past him? That is Putnam. I think I do. On an error on a throw. So let me see here. 6. Yeah, so I got to roll to see if it gets past him. And that is Putnam. His range is a 4. And he won't get past them. So the runners will stay where they're at. So that is going to go as a fielder's choice. And even though it's really not listed as an error, I'm going to score it as an error. That's going to be an E6. First error on the Rangers. I'm going to score that an error, even though you're not supposed to. But this is my world. So that'll be an error there. And instead of getting a double play, it's only 2 outs. And the batter is Newman. Newman is 1 for 2 with a single. Las Vegas Rollers. That's a good matchup. That's a good name. So 2 outs. Gross on at third. McKay on at first. 2 outs here. Newman the batter. Butcher will be tired after Newman. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Nothing happening. Butcher will deal. Butcher. 5-7. Error on a booted ball. Newman. 5-7. And that's a ground ball to second base. That ball is at the Wills. His error rating is a 5. That's a 13. He won't boot it. He will get it. He'll throw to first. And the Rangers get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a walk. Rapidly moving ball games tonight. We're already at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next match will be tomorrow night. It'll be September 20th, and we're going to have a rematch. So, Brian B., you better be ready tomorrow night for a rematch between the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is really the best game to play on this date. And this time, we got a great pitching matchup. The terrific one, Tom Seaver, will be pitching for the Reds, and Bert Hooton will be pitching for the Dodgers. A very big matchup tomorrow night, as the Reds, they have a 1.5 game lead on the Dodgers. The Reds still got to get above 500. This season is not over yet for either team, and a big matchup. The franchise and Hooton tomorrow night on the network. I know Brian B. will not miss that one. Bottom of the 7th, no score. Athletics and Rangers here. Richie Zisk leads off. He's 1 for 2. Nobody wants to win this game. Langford, 2-5. It's a blank. Zisk, 4-8. That's grounded to second base. That'll be handled by McKay. And McKay over to first, 1 down. Next batter is Putnam. Putnam is 0 for 2. Pitch from Langford. 1-3. Strikeout 12. Too high. Putnam. 5-5. And that'll be an easy grounder to short. Guerrero is up with it. And over to first. 2 down. Here's Roberts. Roberts is 1 for 2 with a single. Langford. 7-8. That's a blank. Roberts. 4-5. And that's another ground ball to second base. Again, picked up by McKay. He'll take his time, make a routine throw, and that'll end the inning. No score after 7. Who wants to win this ball game? We go to the top of the 8th. Butcher is tired. And leading off for the Athletics is Mario Guerrero. He will bat. You got 2 righties coming up and then a couple of lefties. They're going to let Butcher pitch. He had 3 wins and 3 losses. I'm going to let Butcher stay out there here in the 8th inning. This is 1980, not 2026. Butcher, 6-5. That and range play 11. No. Guerrero, 2-3. Fly ball to center. Make the quick. He'll back up a step or 2, but make the catch. 1 down. Here's Ricky. Ricky is 1 for 3 with a single. Butcher will pitch. 1-4. Strikeout. No. Henderson. 6-6. That's powered into right field. That's a 15. It'll stay up there, though. And going after that is Grubb. He'll reach up to it. And, wow. That's powered into right field. And against a righty, Henderson just misses a triple. And Grubb will make the catch at the wall. 2 down. Henderson just misses it. And now Murph. And now we're going to see a new pitcher. Butcher is done. He does a great job. Doesn't give up a single run. And the Rangers are going to go to the bullpen. They're going to bring on a lefty here. And it will be the lefty with the and we are in the late innings. So it's not really well, they're going to bring in a lefty or they're going to bring in a righty. Wow, none of the lefties in the bullpen pitched in the late innings. In that case, then we're going to bring in a righty, and they're going to go with Danny Darwin. 13 wins, 4 losses, 8 saves, a 2.63 ERA. Danny Darwin will now come on to pitch as Butcher leaves with a no decision, but what a job by him. So Danny Darwin will pitch, and he can pitch to 9. So he'll pitch to Murphy. 2 outs, top of the 8th, no score. Darwin, 5-1, range play 11, no. Murphy, 7-4, fly ball to center, handled by Rivers. Quick will grab that too. And that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Athletics. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Not a bad, I know Cutter was thinking about that, but if he gives up, I'm thinking I'm thinking you bring in the better pitcher. But you're not wrong. I was considering it. Langford can pitch till his arm falls off, however. Bump Wills leads off for the Rangers. He's 1 for 2 with a single. So right now, nobody wants to win this game. Langford, 4-3. That's an auto out. It's a fly to left. Ricky Henderson will get it. And that's out number 1. Here's Sundberg. Sundberg is 0 for 2. Jim, don't let the Sundberg go down on me. Langford will deal. Langford, 3-8. Pickoff. Nope. So we go to the park. Arlington, 1-7. And that's fly to center. And Dwayne Murphy will get it 2 down. And now here's Bud. Bud is 1 for 2 with a single. Bud will bat. Langford dealing in here. So far, nobody wants to win. Langford will pitch. Langford, 7-1. Strikeout, 13. That will miss. Harrelson, 5-8. And that's fly to left. And Ricky Henderson really won't have to move. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Rangers. No score after 8. Very rare I get a game like this. We have had a game like this. We went into extra innings with no score. And right now, we're 1 inning away from doing that. Will we see some top of the 9th inning magic? Danny Darwin will pitch. Mitchell on the same page will lead off, and he is 0 for 2 with a walk. Darwin looking in. The fans here at Arlington Stadium know this game is very important. Darwin, 2-7, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. Darwin at 104 Ks in 80. That's out number 1. And now here's Tony Master at Armas. He's 0 for 2. Darwin will deal. 6-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Armas, 8-2. And that is ground ball to second base. Bump will grab it. Over to first, 2 down. And now here's G. That is Gross. And he's 0 for 2 with a walk. You got to admit, this season, these games I've been playing in this 1980 season, it does feel like we're actually playing games in 1980. Low-scoring matchups. Darwin, 5-8 against the lefty. Walk. And, yep, he walked him. Barely, but he did. Gross will trot to first to keep the inning going. And now the batter is Gonzalez. Gonzalez is horrible against right-handed pitching. He is horrible against right-handed pitching. And I'm thinking maybe going to the bullpen on this. No, you know what? I'm going to let Gonzalez bat. It's this kind of game. So 2 outs. Gross on at first. Strategy rolls are still on. That's a 13. Nothing happening. Darwin will pitch. Darwin, 6-3 against the lefty. Walk, 20 is high. Gonzalez, a 3-5, and he flies one to left. Al Oliver will come under it. And that'll end the inning. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the ninth. So will we see some bottom of the ninth inning magic? It is the top of the order. And Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers leads off. Question now, I know Langford has got plenty left in the tank, but I got 3 lefties coming up for the Rangers. Would I make a pitching change? And it would probably be, would I make a change here and bring in maybe Bob Lacey? I don't know. Did anybody think, will we let Langford pitch? I know he's got plenty left in the tank, but he got 3 lefties here. You know what? He says, let him pitch. Okay, you guys say let him pitch. He'll pitch. Langford will stay out there. His job is trying to get this into the 10th. Langford pitches. Langford, 7-5. Error on a throw. Rivers, 6-6. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Guerrero. His error rating is an 8. That's a 1, and that's an error. Gonzalez's error rate, his range is a 4, and it won't get past him. It will drive him off the bat, but the winning run is on first. And that is an E. That is going to be, that's going to be an E6 on Guerrero. And now the batter is Grubb. Grubb is 1 for 3. Rivers, definitely a stealing threat. They'll call for double play. Grubb really not a bunter here. Strategy roll. And that is a 15. Nope. Rivers does not get the jump. And Langford, now you say a pitching change. Okay. So that'll be it for Langford, as they will yank him, and they're going to go to Lacey. So coming on to pitch for the Athletics will be Bob Lacey. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 saves, a 2.94 ERA. Langford can only get the loss unless it's a no decision. So Bob Lacey will pitch, and he can pitch to 8. So he will pitch. Rivers on at first. I already rolled the strategy, so I'm gonna keep it the way it was. So Lacey will pitch. Lacey, 7-7 against the lefty. Strikeout, 16. Got him. Wow, what a play. What a great call. What a great call. A 7-7 against the lefty. Strikeout, and Grubb does not do good against left-handed pitching. And that is a big K. Lacey had 45 strikeouts in 81 down. And now here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 3. Strategy roll. Rivers is not going anywhere. He does not get the jump. Lacey will pitch. Lacey, 1-6. Range play 13. No. Oliver, 8-5. And it's a base hit past second. No, I'm sorry, 8-5. 8-5 against the lefty is a fly ball to center field. Caught myself there. Fly ball to center. And that's going to be grabbed by Murphy for out number 2. I almost read it wrong. I almost read 8-6. That's 8-5. 2 down. 2 outs. And now here's Zisk. Zisk is 1 for 3. Rivers on it first. 2 down. Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike joins us here at Arlington Stadium. Rivers on it first. Strategy. Nothing on the 11. Lacey will deal. Lacey, 5-5, walk, 13, and yeah, barely walked him, but he did. Ball 4. He walks Lacey, he walks Zisk, and now the winning run is in scoring position. Lacey only had 16 walks in 80, and now a chance for Putnam. Putnam is 0 for 3. Kind of think he's due. 2 men out. Bottom of the ninth. Fans here at Arlington Stadium. A win here by the Rangers. They win this little series against the Athletics. Rivers at second. Zisk at first. Lacey will pitch to Putnam. Fans are on their feet. Strategy. Nothing on the 2. Rivers will stay where he is. Lacey settles in and deals. 7-5 against the lefty. Strikeout 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And we've got free baseball. Free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. No runs, no hits in error. And we need more innings. And I think this is only the second game I've ever rolled where I've had no score going into extras. This is only the second game I've rolled in the history of the network where I had no score going into extra innings. Very, very rare. We go to the top of the 10th. Ghost runners are not active for this inning. Leading off for the Athletics will be Dave McKay. Darwin can still pitch to 5 more batters. He will stay out there. Top of the 10th, no score. Darwin deals. Darwin, 7-6, error on a grounder. McKay, 3-6, and no, that's going to be a fly ball to center. Nick the Quick will grab it, 1 out. Here's Newman. Newman will bat. He is 1 for 3. Darwin settles in on Newman and deals. 4-7 against the righty. Strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Newman. Another K for Darwin. He's done very well here in relief. 2 down. And now Guerrero. Guerrero is 1 for 3 with a double. Darwin trying to get this game, keeping it where it is. No score into the 10th inning. Darwin, 3-3. That's an automatic out. It's a fly to left field. Easy play for Al Oliver. He'll make the play and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the A's. Rangers trying to win it in the bottom of the 10th. Dave Roberts leads off. Lacey a lefty, but Lacey's one of the best relievers they have, and I'm going to let him pitch. So I think I'm going to let him pitch here. I think I'm going to let him pitch. So bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 0, and Roberts is the batter. He will bat. Lacey will deal. 7-5 against the righty. Possible home run. And against the lefty, that's a 24 with an exclamation point. And this game is not going any further. Kaboom! That ball is high! That ball is deep! That ball is gone! Walk-off home run, Dave Roberts! That's your game! Stadium cheers! Yay! Bob Lacey serves up an absolute grapefruit. Roberts turns that into fruit salad. Blasts that one out of here. And the Rangers win it 1-0. And they are mobbing Dave Roberts on the field. I don't know. Maybe bringing Lacey out maybe I should have brought Lacey out, but with that 2.94 ERA, kind of difficult to do so. Dave Roberts goes ahead and hits a walk-off home run, and the Rangers win it 1-0 after 10 innings. What a heck of a game. Final line score coming up. For the Rangers, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. For the Athletics, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Rangers will now go to 79-66. Oakland drops to 78-69. The winning pitcher is Danny Darwin. He'll get the win. Bob Lacey is going to take the loss. Heck of a game here at Arlington Stadium, and a must-win game for both teams, and it's the Rangers that come through. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. That was a heck of a game. That's only the second game I've ever rolled where both teams were scoreless going into extras. But Dave Roberts says, Ghost Runners? We don't need no stinking Ghost Runners. I'm ending the game now. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Rangers going to get a 1-0 lead on a 1-0 win on Oakland. We got some still important games to roll here for a 10-minute ticker. Let's see how the rest of the majors does. September 17th, Detroit at Baltimore. Tigers 13-26, that is 3. Orioles 14-33, and that is 4. That's a win for the Orioles. The Tigers having problems getting to 82 wins. Cleveland at Boston. Indians 11-51, that is 5. Red Sox 13-14, that is 2. Tough year for Boston. California at Kansas City in a doubleheader. Angels 8-36, and that is 4. Royals 22-24, that is 4. And they'll go to extras. Angels roll a 3. -1 is 2. Royals roll a 4. +1 is 5. The Royals win the first. Angels 4-54, that is 5. Royals 24-53, and that is 8. That's a win for the Royals. And so they now have 96 wins, and the Rangers 96 plus, let's see here. 96, they clinch a playoff. They clinch a playoff berth. Did they just clinch the division though? Let me see here. I don't think so. 96 plus 66. Yeah, they do. Even though they got 163, but they do. With those 2 wins, the Kansas City Royals are the 1980 American League West champions. And right now, they are the number 1 seed in the league. But the Astros have home field, look like they're going to get home field throughout. So Kansas City are your division champions of the AL West. Minnesota at Milwaukee in a doubleheader. 2 games that the Twins need to win. Minnesota 2-12-21, and that is 1. Brewers 13-63, that is 8. And that's a win for the Brew Crew. Game number 2. Twins 6-31, that is 3. Brewers 11-16, that is 2. And the Twins will have to split the twin bill. The Twins, they stay 1 game under 500, hoping against hope they can now catch the 3rd place team. Toronto and the Yankees. Blue Jays -263, that is 5. Yankees 18-45, and that is 6, a win for the Yanks. White Sox and the Mariners. White Sox 365, that's 7. Mariners -115, that is 0, win for the Pale Hose. Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals 1666, that's 11. Cubs 652, and that's 5, a win for the Redbirds. Astros and the Reds. Very important series for the Reds. Astros trying to clinch home field throughout, but the Reds need to get wins. Big game here. Astros 351, that is 4. Reds 954, that is 6. That game belongs to the Reds. Padres and the Dodgers. Dodgers need to win against the Padres to stay with the Reds. Padres -334, that is 2. Dodgers 9-13. That is one. That is a bad loss for the Dodgers, and the Reds lengthen their lead. Expos and the Mets. Expos 10-15. That is 2. Mets 2-26. That is also 2. And they're going to extras. The Mets have 80 losses. They lose this game, they're officially out. Expos, Montreal rolls a 2 plus 0. Mets roll a 5. -1 is 4. The Mets have a happy recap. Believe it or not, they're still alive. Philadelphia at Pittsburgh. Phillies. Let's see. Phillies 11-44. That is 5. Pirates 0-51. That is 4. A win for the Phils. Braves and the Giants. The Braves have 81 wins. A win here, they will be playoff eligible. Braves 2-32. That is 2. Giants 7-11. That's 0. Another tough loss for the Giants. The Braves have 82 wins. They are now playoff eligible. On to September 18th, Detroit at Baltimore. Tigers 10-16. That is 2. Orioles 17-55. That is 7. Another loss for the Tigers. They cannot get a win. And they're stuck at 77 wins. Cleveland at Boston. Indians 8-31. That is 3. Red Sox 16-14. That is 2. A win for the Tribe. California at the Royals. Angels 14-52. And that's 6. Royals 16-21, and that is 3. That's a win for the Halos. Minnesota at Milwaukee in another doubleheader. When was the last time you saw 2 doubleheaders in a row? Will we ever see that again? I don't think so. Minnesota, Milwaukee. Twins need these games. Twins 8-52, and that's 5. Brewers 18-46. And that is 6. Wow, that's another loss for the Twins. Twins 7-42. That is 4. Brewers 16-43. That is 5. The Twins lose both games. That could be the dagger. Toronto and the Yankees. Blue Jays 3-23. That's 2. Yankees 19-56. And that is 8. That is a win for the Yankees, and they have not clinched it yet. Their magic number to clinch the division was 12. They're now, I think, down to 11 or 10. White Sox and the Mariners. White Sox 12-25. That's 3. Mariners 6-53, and that's 5. A win for the M's. Oakland at Texas. Another big game here between these two. Athletics 12-61, that is 7. Rangers 12-43, and that is 5. And they're going to split the series there. Astros and the Reds. Can the Reds win another one? Astros 353, and that's 4. Reds 665, that is 8. And another one belongs to the Reds. Padres and the Dodgers. Padres 341, that is 3. Dodgers 844, that is 4. Dodgers needed that. Braves and the Giants. The Braves are already playoff eligible, and their magic number was 7 to try to clinch second place. Braves 832, and that's 3. Giants 753, that is 5, and the G-Men will win it. September 19th, Toronto at Baltimore. Blue Jays 514, that's 1. Orioles 1333, that is 4. The Orioles putting a clinching hold on second place. And they have clinched a playoff berth. So the Baltimore Orioles are in the postseason. They do clinch a playoff berth. They have not clinched second place yet, but they're getting close to doing that. Cleveland at Detroit. Tigers need a win. Indians 963. That is 7. Tigers 20-31. That is 5. Another loss for the Cats. The Cats are dropping. They are in a slump and not at a good time to do it. Oakland at Kansas City. This is an important series for the Athletics. Oakland 9-22. That is 2. Athletics 16. I'm sorry. Royals 16-51, and that is 6. And that is a win for the Royals. Seattle at Milwaukee. Mariners 245. That will be 4. Brewers 14-13, and that is 2, a win for the M's. White Sox and the Twins. Twins need to get wins. White Sox 142. That's 3. Twins 561. That is 6. That was a much needed win. Boston and the Yankees. Red Sox 12-26. That will be 3. Yankees 16-45. That is 6. Another win for the Yanks. Angels and the Rangers. Angels 9-25. That is 3. Rangers 13-26. That is also 3. They're going into extras. Both teams roll a 5. California -1. Texas -2. That's a win for the Angels. That's a tough loss for the Rangers. Phillies and the Cubs. Phillies 10-23, and that is 3. Cubs 9-13. That is 1. That's another win for the Phils. They've already clinched the division. Reds and the Dodgers. We have these two tomorrow night. Reds and the Dodgers. Can the Reds win another one? Reds 362. That is 6. Dodgers 866. That is 9. That was a must-win game for the Dodgers. They will get that win and sets up a big one tomorrow night. Mets and the Pirates. The Mets are at 80 losses. Can the Mets hold on by their fingertips? Mets 643. That is 4. Pirates 1456. That is 7. Raise the Jolly Roger. The Mets have 81 losses, and the Pirates have put the 1980 Mets out of their misery. Braves and the Padres. Braves 753, and that will be 5. Padres 714. That is 1. A big win for the Braves. Astros and the Giants. Astros 063. That's 5. Giants 441, and that's 3. Another win for the Stros. Expos and the Cardinals. With the Mets out of it now, with the Mets eliminated, that's 81. That is 81 losses. The Expos, I think now all the Expos have to do is just get over 500 and they're in. Expos 1145, and that's 5. Cardinals 761, that is 6. And that's actually a win for the Cardinals. What an exciting 10-minute ticker. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. We got a big one tomorrow night. Cincinnati Reds at Los Angeles Dodgers. Tom Seaver for the Reds. Bert Hooton for the Dodgers. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Nobody wanted to win this game until Dave Roberts blasted a bomb in the bottom of the 10th. 1-0 Rangers. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.